That big, bright, packed truck stop right off the interstate? A driver who's been out here 20 years will roll right past it and keep going. Not because it's full, because those crowded lots are where trucks get robbed. Cargo cut out of trailers, diesel siphoned straight from the tanks, cabs broken into while the driver sleeps a few feet away. To a thief, a lot full of parked rigs isn't a rest stop. It's a shopping mall, and the busiest ones are the easiest to hit. So the veterans don't sleep there. They've learned, sometimes the hard way, that the safest looking place on the highway can be the most dangerous, and they've got a whole quiet system for where they actually shut down instead. So what do they know that the rest of us don't? Why do all those lights and cameras and people make a lot less safe, not more? And where do the smart drivers really sleep at night? Real quick before we get into it, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I always love seeing how far this trucking community reaches, and drivers, I want your take on this one. If life on the road is your thing, hit subscribe because there's a lot more coming. Now, here's the fact that changes everything. There is nowhere near enough truck parking in America. By some industry counts, there's only about 1 legal truck parking space for every 11 drivers on the road. Let that sink in. Surveys have found nearly all drivers, around 98%, struggle to find safe parking at night, and most have admitted to driving past their legal hours just hunting for a spot. So every single evening, a tired driver is forced into a calculation the rest of us never think about. Where do I stop? And is it actually safe? And that scarcity is exactly what makes the big truck stops so risky. Because when everybody's fighting for the same few spots, the cargo all ends up concentrated in the same crowded lots, dozens of trailers packed together, each one maybe holding tens of thousands of dollars in freight, sometimes far more. Cargo theft is a serious, growing problem in this country, costing the industry billions of dollars every year, and unsecured lots and truck stops are among the most common places it happens. Thieves target trailers, cut locks, sometimes even hitch up a whole load and tow it away. They siphon hundreds of dollars of diesel out of the tanks overnight. They break into cabs for whatever the drivers got inside. And the busiest lots, right on the interstate, are perfect for it. Easy in, easy out. Disappear back onto the highway before anyone wakes up. But here's the part most people never think about. The danger isn't even the worst of it. It's the noise and the chaos. Picture trying to sleep in a lot with 100 engines idling, refrigerated trailers cycling on and off all night, headlights sweeping across your windshield, and drivers arguing, sometimes genuinely fighting, over the last open space at midnight. Even if nobody touches your truck, it's just a miserable place to actually rest. And rest isn't optional for these drivers. It's the law, and it's the thing that keeps them alive behind the wheel the next day. So that's the trap. Too few spots, too much valuable cargo crammed together, too much risk, and too little real sleep. A driver running low on hours ends up with 3 bad options. Take the last spot in a sketchy, overcrowded lot. Park illegally on a highway ramp or shoulder, which is genuinely dangerous, and something hundreds of thousands of drivers are forced into every year. Or keep driving, tired, past when they should have stopped, hoping something opens up. None of those is a good choice. And that pressure, night after night, is one of the most stressful parts of the entire job. Almost nobody outside of trucking even knows it exists. So if the busy truck stop is out, where do the veterans actually go? This is where experience becomes everything. Over the years, good drivers build a mental map of the quieter, safer places to shut down. Smaller, calmer stops off the main drag. Secured lots, where you pay a little for a real gate and real security. The yards at the shipper or receiver they're delivering to, where the truck sits behind a fence. Rest areas they know from experience stay calm. And it's not just where, it's how. They learn to arrive early, before the good spots vanish, instead of rolling in exhausted at midnight to fight for scraps. They park nose out for a fast exit. They back the trailer doors up against a wall or another trailer so nobody can get at the load. They stay aware of who's parked around them. And if a place feels wrong, they move on, tired or not. That instinct isn't fear. It's competence, the quiet judgment that keeps a driver and 80,000 pounds of freight safe through the night. And that's really what all of this comes down to. Because for a driver, sleep on the road is never fully off the clock. Even asleep, part of them stays alert, listening for the wrong sound, aware of the truck next to them, ready to react. That low-level vigilance, every night for years, is one of the hidden costs of the job that never shows up in a paycheck. The rest of us see a trucker pull into a rest stop and figure they just clock out and drift off like we do at home. The truth is that where to sleep and how to sleep safely is a hard-won skill and a weight they carry quietly every single night so the freight and their own life make it to morning. To most of us, a truck stop is just a place to grab gas and a bathroom on a road trip. We never see it the way a driver does, as a calculation, a risk, a decision with real stakes. But now you know why the veteran passes up the big, bright, crowded lot and disappears down the road to somewhere quieter. It isn't paranoia. It's everything the road has taught them. And it's a big part of why they're still out here, safe, 20 years in. Now I want to hear from you. If you're a driver, what's your #1 rule for picking a safe place to shut down for the night? The thing you wish every rookie knew. And if you've never driven a mile out here, did you have any idea how much thought goes into simply finding a place to sleep? Drop it in the comments. Every one of them helps more people discover the real world of trucking, and I read them all. If this gave you a new respect for what these drivers deal with, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, because there's a whole lot more where this came from. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the road.